Oneness. Oneness. Oneness.
Welcome to the Oneness Movement for Humanity. Our collective destiny is glorious. Let's work together.
Hi everyone, my name is Mit Gopal. Today's podcast is a reading from my book, Preserving Oneness of Humanity. The title is Riches of Oseola. On July 26, 1995, a single decision completely changed the rest of Oseola McCarty's life beyond anyone's imagination. It was more than a dream come true. This one selfless act gave the last 4 years of her 91-year-old frail body a new life. It was hard to fathom how this one decision, she had only few major ones in her life, could attract so much attention from the most celebrated of America. For most of her life, she hardly left the area she was born in. Yet, Bill Clinton, President of the United States of America, invited her for dinner at the White House. She had very few years of education, yet Harvard University bestowed to her a doctoral degree. She hardly watched TV, yet all the major anchors and talk show hosts of national TV networks wanted her on their programs. She did not understand nor care to know about sports. Yet, when introduced at the University of South Mississippi football game, 30,000 fans cheered. Why did she become so special in the last years of her life? She led a simple life, unaffected by materialism, yet she was rich in uncommon wisdom, which inspired her to take small steps of monumental value. Oseola McCarty was born in Wayne County, Mississippi, on March 7, 1908. When Oseola was young, her mother, Lucy, moved to nearby Hattiesburg for a better life. Her mother worked hard to support her daughter. Oseola recalls she cooked for Mrs. J.S. Caraway, who was Forest County circuit clerk, and she would go to the schoolhouse and sell candies to make money. Soon, young Oseola attended Eureka Elementary School. After school hours, she ironed clothes to earn money. She put the money away, and after she had enough, she went to First Mississippi National Bank to deposit it. The teller advised her to put it in a savings account. Since this was very early age, saving to her became as natural as eating and sleeping. She continued to save regularly. When Oseola was 6th grade, her aunt went to the hospital for surgery. After returning from the hospital, she could not walk. So, as the aunt did not have any children of her own, Oseola offered to take care of her while sacrificing her school studies. Even when the aunt became well, Oseola never returned to school. Instead, she continued washing and ironing. In those early days, charging about $1.50 a bundle. She paid regular visits to the local bank, putting her savings away. Over the years, the money in her account grew, although the bank changed names and merged. Slowly, her immediate family grew smaller. Her mother died in 1964 and her aunt in 1967. Her mother and aunt each left her some money, which she added to her savings. In 1947, her uncle gave her the house where she lived for the rest of her long life. She was pretty much by herself. She never left the county, never owned a car, and walked everywhere she went. Once a week, Oseola pushed a shopping cart to a big store, more than a mile away, to get groceries. She continued washing, ironing, and saving. In her house, Oseola spent a lot of time in the small, neat living room, the linoleum floor gleaming and a spotless pink bedspread spinned carefully over the sofa, where she related her story with a quiet and matter-of-fact manner. On a hot day, for the visitors' benefit, she turned on the window air conditioner that the bank personnel had only recently persuaded her to get. Bank personnel, realizing that Miss McCarty was accumulating sizable savings, advised her to put her money into CDs, conservative mutual funds, and other accounts where it would work for her. Oseola's arthritis in her hands forced her to retire from washing and ironing in December 1994 at age 86. For about 8 decades, she had served many generations of the same families. Now she spent her days cleaning her own house, and she still walks everywhere she goes. But she said, if I ever get able to, I want to go back to work. Nancy Odom and Elaine Vizant of Trustmark Bank, who have known Miss McCarty for several years, not only helped her manage her money, but also looked after her personally. It was they who helped her get the air conditioner. They also were concerned about what the future held for her. Oseola, who never married, said, after my aunt died, I began to think I didn't have anybody. I began to think about what to do with what little I had. I wanted to have to some cousins and my church. But I had been thinking for a long time. Since I was in school, I didn't know how to fix it. But I wanted to give it to the college. They used to not let colored people go out there, but now they do, and I think they should have it. Odom and Vizant referred Miss McCarty to Paul Locken, Trustmark's assistant vice president and trust officer. Locken said she was quite definite about wanting to give 60% to USM. To my knowledge, she had never been out there, but she seems to have the best of the students in mind. The decision was entirely hers. On July 1995, Oseola McCarty, a soft-spoken 87-year-old black woman whose lined brown hands snarled with arthritis and bear witness to a lifelong of washing and ironing for a living, went to donate $150,000 to the University of Southern Mississippi. MacArthur's gifts established the Oseola McCarty Scholarship to help a needy student receive the education Oseola never had. Generosity and sacrifice, as exemplified in Oseola's character, are two of the main foundations upon which the oneness of humanity will be built. And it is still being built. Ted Turner, founder of CNN, philanthropist and businessman, was so inspired by this elderly laundress that he gave $1 billion of his own to the United Nations. On August 3, 1995, came the most anticipated announcement: who would receive the first McCarty Scholarship. Stephanie Bullock, an 18-year-old Hattiesburg High School graduate, was the most deserving. MacArthur's dearest wish was that it would go to help the right person. Word of Oseola acts of kindness spread around the country, and she became a celebrity sought out by politicians, journalists, clergies, media, sports personalities, and academics. She died a rich person. Her legacy lives on in youth development programs, scholarships, and books.
Thanks for listening. If you'd like to listen to more content on the Oneness Movement, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. See you next time.